Hello. If you have patterns and habits that you think are just the way things are and aren't going to change, well, I have news for you. You can change them. It's not your DNA. It's not your childhood trauma. It's not, it is your DNA and it is your childhood trauma, but you can adjust those. They're not set in stone. Yes, they are the building blocks of who you are as a person, and you're definitely a product of your environment. I'm not denying that at all. But you are also a sovereign being that is the most powerful piece of technology on this planet. Let that sink in for a minute. You are the most powerful piece of technology on this planet, at least in the dimension and aspect that you can see and touch and feel. There are other aspects of technology within the unseen that is around us and surrounding us, but we are that. Every time you inhale and exhale, you are interacting with the earth as a whole. And it's all one big piece of technology. Technology or biology, whichever fence you want to call it, it's the same. If any of this sounds interesting to you, my name's Deborah Kaye, and I'm the creator of AwakenwithDebb and Soul Calibrations through Presence Portals. So if you are feeling a desire to a higher calling or a desire to shed the old you, you've probably found the right channel. So make sure you subscribe for more messages or just go browse the channel. The way technology is designed these days is definitely interconnected with our consciousness. And it's more than synchronicity when you find the videos that resonate with you. If you're tapped in and tuning in to your resonance, you're going to find information that is designed to guide you on your path, that is to give you the answers that you need when you need them. Because the more that you awaken, the more you become coherent with everything that is in existence, and you start to live in flow, and all the puzzle pieces come together. And if you're so curious as to, well, why have things not been in flow up to now? It's because the system that we are currently being born into is a system of recycling energy through trauma, through fear, through, oh, there's some other words in there. But it's a trap of your energy, and it's not there to serve your highest good. And so if you are separated from what is earth, what is nature, what is the whole organism of reality, if you're separated in that, doing the 9 to 5, following cookie cutter programs that are not aligned with your soul, you're going to feel that density. And it can go many ways. Excuse me. Most people will take the NPC route, non-player character, where they say, this is how it is. There is no changing it. I'm part of the system, and that's it. And they accept it. And that's great, because if you go by the laws of nature, the 80-20 rule, we kind of need them. I mean, we don't. And it would be nice to wake up the whole world and have nobody being an NPC. But my mind hasn't been able to wrap it around that yet. So I'm happy enjoying the 80-20 rule, that it's okay for 80% of the world to not agree with me. It's okay for 80% of the world to never wake up. However, there are those that are crossing that threshold and are waking up. And waking up out of that system is a disorienting and can be a very painful and confusing experience that can make you go the complete opposite direction and hit rock bottom. And then that's where you have the choice. You can become a chosen one and rise from rock bottom. You can stay at rock bottom. You can end it. Or you can become an NPC again. But usually once you've seen the side of awakening, it's hard to become an NPC. You either level up, or sadly a lot of people lose it and end their game. So it is my calling. It's what I call, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm called. It's what I feel called to do, to help put information out there, let people know that they're not alone and how to get through this process so that they don't hit rock bottom, so that they don't choose to end their game. I have lost people. So before anyone tries to say that I say talk about these things lightly, I'm not talking about them lightly. I'm talking about them truthfully. Truthfully. Death is the one thing we cannot ignore that happens on this planet. So restarting from rock bottom in your awakening journey, if you are truly dedicated to leveling up your soul on a soul level, not just here on earth, but deep down doing the work, looking at your past lives, looking at generational, ancestral wounds and traumas, and thinking going forward, what are you doing for yourself? Going forward, what are you doing for your timelines? Going forward, what are you doing for your soul? Are you done creating bad karma? Are you dedicated to creating good karma and expanding the awareness and the truth of reality to others out there? That's where you get to choose. Do you want to become a chosen one, or do you want to be an NPC? I'm not sure if that made sense, because I know that I lost my train of thought mid-sentence, and so whatever just came out, came out. That's how a lot of these videos are. A lot of them are once they're in flow. I am not scripting these. A lot of these, whatever comes out is usually 180 different degree direction of whatever I started the video intentionally with. I don't create the titles until the end, because it is a moment of channeling, and sometimes I stay on track to what I had pre-prepared, and sometimes something new totally comes through. And that is the authenticity of listening to source and allowing that to come through. With that said, I did want to talk about starting over, and the words, "this too shall pass." I say this because I've had a lot of conversations with many different people over just the last weekend, maybe just the weekend. And when people go through hard times, I see that they get triggered the most out of the disheartening feeling of everything that you've worked to up to that point is negated, gone, lost. The steps you thought you were climbing, washed away with sand, were made of sand and washed away. I don't know. Your ladder got cut down, or it was put against a wall that had no ceiling or roof or wall. You were always just blocked in. You were never going to climb over a wall. The fear and just the dread of working so hard towards a goal and having it ripped out from underneath you, or not go as planned, or somebody betrays you, or something to the sort. Not only do you have that gross feeling of losing everything, of all your hard work done and wasted for, but then you have this gross feeling of like, why bother build again if it can be lost so fast? I'm here to tell you it's okay to build again. It's okay to lose everything. I have purposely either forced myself into situations where I've lost everything or have walked away from everything. I have done that over and over, and so can you. It's just you have to get over that gross feeling of working so hard for it to mean nothing, because even if you end up empty-handed, you cannot take away the experiences and the lessons that you learned, not only through those years, but the lessons and experience that experience is still going to continue teaching you as you go forward. Because now you're going to be looking at things in hindsight. Now you're going to be looking at things like, well, it ended a different way. Now you're going to be evaluating that for a long time. So you can either continue to do that and evaluate and learn from those experiences and think like, well, how did I lose everything? And so that you can plan and prepare so that it doesn't happen again, so that you feel safe and comfortable to build again. Or you can just pretend like it never existed. Say la vie. Thank you. for that book, that level of that video game, and completely close the door. Don't reevaluate it. Yeah, you lost everything. Okay. You're still here. You got to rebuild. Rebuilding from scratch is not a bad thing. And in fact, it's a bigger flux. If you're someone that has never lost anything your whole life, is that a flex? I mean, maybe you've made really good decisions your whole life, and that's just you, and that's great. But, you know, to purposely make a bad decision, or at least to give faith to a decision that ended up maybe not so well, to be able to overcome that and to go through that process and rebuild from that with confidence, it's, it takes a lot of courage to rebuild after being burned. And I feel like there's a lot of people that could be out there dealing with this at this moment. They got burned. They're filled with rage, anger, frustration, sadness. I mean, it's a lot of times when we're building things, we trust in it. We trust in the vision. We trust in ourselves. We trust in the risk and the sacrifice. And then to have it completely just, what do you do? How do you deal with those emotions? You just remember that this game here on earth really is quite silly, and anything that can happen will happen, and this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And then you'll have a new journey and a new adventure. And you might get burned or you might not. You might never get burned again. If you've been burned before, can you honestly imagine never getting burned again? Can your nervous system hold that kind of peace? Can your nervous system hold that kind of peace? As I be me and have conversations with people, I've noticed there's a level of distrust in life that the majority of the population seems to hold in their heart or their mind's eye. And I hope I can just enlighten that a little bit. Because it feels really bad to trust yourself and have something go sideways. You lose trust in yourself, you lose trust in others, you lose trust in God, you lose trust in following the processes. And the one thing you just keep trust in is moving forward. Whatever moving forward looks like, even if it's moving still, and sometimes that stillness creates a vacuum that brings everything to you. Sometimes that's what you need. I guess the point is, just don't focus so much on, you're going to go through it. Name the emotions you're feeling and give it 90 seconds. That's your homework today. Whenever you're feeling a tough emotion, name it out loud. I don't mean in your head, because we still make things abstract in our head. Like, actually create a word. Is it disgust? Is it anger? Is it resentment? Is it rejection? Name it. Sit with it for 90 seconds. Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat? Is it in your stomach? And usually by the time you kind of go through those questions, it's usually already subsiding. And then you have a hard time trying to feel it where it was in the body, because then it's gone. And that's how you move through it. That's how you feel the emotions. That's how you feel it to heal it. All these catchy phrases. I love that spirituality is becoming trendy, by the way. I know a lot of people can make fun of it, and it is really easy to fall into the trap of spiritual bypassing and toxic positivity. And that's why I'm here to cry on camera and talk about death and all those things too, because it's not about toxic positivity, it's about real life. I'm not even sure what I just said, that whole last two sentences. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to end this video because I'm looking at the time and I have got to get to work. So as much as I would love this to be my full-time job, to be able to really dive in to the service of this, it's time to go. Thank you for watching. I am eternally grateful to be able to share this information to everyone worldwide, and I do trust it always falls upon the ears of those that are meant to hear it, those that are in need to hear it. So if you're watching, that's you. You were meant to hear this. There's something in there for you. This too shall pass. Accept things for what they are and know that you're brave enough to rise above it. You can build again. And the easier you let go of the anger and resentment and sadness of whatever you're going through, or betrayal, it's important to not shove those emotions down and to recognize them and embrace them and feel them. But also, the sooner you move through them, the other side is always there waiting for you to choose it. Choose it with peace, knowing this too shall pass. Even the peaceful moments, embrace them knowing that this too shall pass. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching Awaken with Deb. I'm Deborah Kaye. Cheers.